Buenos noches, dias.
Hey, friend. Your future looks bright, and so does your butt.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? John MaClain right here in the flesh. Or actually, I'm digitalized, right? A bunch of ones and zeros. We saw that in yesterday's video. But today's video is going to be another awesome one.
Oh, hey. Did you guys know that Virginia not be in a desert? So if you being dry between your tie, that okay. I would be in having chap in my flap too. But now I'm using lubricant. Cowgirl, more like wow girl. Lubricant is all natural Virginia lube in a tube. No more being dirty like the Oregon Trail. Lubricant making you feel like a snail. Lubricant. You can use a lubricant from your back to your front. And because you use it lubricant down south, it's okay to be and get in your mouth. Lubricant.
That was from our sponsors. I'm just playing. Joke. All for entertainment
Do
purposes.
you feel Asian? Like, does it feel Asian when you wake up?
No. That's ridiculous.
Is it really?
Yeah, because I wake up, I don't even think about it.
Really?
Every time I wake up, what time is it? And then I go,
That's what I think.
where's my phone? Is the second thing.
Yeah.
And then the third thing is, I gotta pee.
Yeah, me too.
And then the fourth thing is, I
need-
should get some coffee or something.
Yeah, I need
something
some
to get me
water.
up. Then the fifth thing is, am I Asian?
Why is everyone acting weird towards me?
No, we're not. You're chill. Come on.
No, seriously.
And what is one thing that you have accomplished this week? Finally fixed that annoying sound in my car. Nice. How'd you do it? I just opened the door and pushed them out. No.
Shows that we ain't gonna stand shit. Shows that we are united. Shows that we ain't gonna take it.
Where's your helmet?
Shows that we ain't gonna
Ma'am?
stand.
Isn't that spectacular? Oh my God! Oh my God, it's Svetlana! Oh, hey kids! Don't worry. That cosmonaut is fine. Russians are used to being cold. Sussman, get on the crane.
She's so frozen she might break.
So don't say that, please. Now, kids, what Lieutenant Sussman is doing is trying to give her a little nudge back towards the hatch.
If I do bring her in, it'll be in pieces.
Try harder, and please don't say that.
I'm sorry, kids. This is a bad day for space.
Okay, who wants to hear a space joke? What's an astronaut's favorite drink? A root beer float.
Oh my God, she's breaking like a saltine.
You said cut the goddamn feed!
That wasn't funny, was it? It was, huh?
Ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough.
Aren't those cool?
Uh-huh.
I think they're cool.
Send an email, okay?
Give her one of those.
Hey, Mr. Yager. I'm gonna make some pucks.
Okay. I'm on call. What are you doing?
Hey, Mr. Yager.
Hey, Maria.
I'm gonna water my plants, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Yager.
Yeah.
Were you in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Mr. Yager!
Window won't roll down.
Are you leaving?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Are you on drugs? What is wrong with you?
That was pretty good. Have you ever done that to your boss?
I ain't gonna lie. I probably needed a hug, but I ended up buying this instead.
Nice. Better
I
than
can
hug.
only hear it when I walk in the door. They gave it to me.
I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl in the world. That's all that you'll let me be. Oh, I'm just a girl living in captivity. Your rule of law.
You have free will. Use it wisely.
Everybody's gangster till the bear starts loading the artillery gun. That's awesome. Hey, you know what? You gotta go to war. It's a bear. He likes... That's awesome. Wherever they got this picture, I wonder if it's real. If it's real, let me know in the comments, or is this something made up so someone put it together just to make us all laugh a little bit. But that's funny.
You do that again, I'm a bust. What's that in here?
Don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup on model.
Woman.
Physically fit. Physically fit. Physically fit. Woman. Physically fit. Physically fit. Physically fit. Woman. Nice, street, fantastic. Mix your body out to the big Titanic woman.
Okay, don't do that again, John.
More than 1 million tons of rice are consumed worldwide. It is the second most produced cereal in the world. To meet this high demand, machines play a significant role in the harvesting and processing of rice. But how is white rice produced in factories? Discover how rice grains are milled to transform from brown to white. Rice is the most consumed staple food in the world, and an essential part of the diet for over half of the global population. Originally from Asia, it has been cultivated and consumed for thousands of years. Since then, rice cultivation has spread to all regions with warm climates. It all begins with planting. Farmers ensure that the land is properly prepared, level, and weed-free to promote optimal growth of the rice plants. Rice fields are prepared by farmers in July and August, with leveling and application of fertilizer to support healthy growth. The rice is sown between October and early November using an automatic planter. The planter is filled with seeds, and as it moves forward, it automatically and continuously releases rice seeds at regular intervals, ensuring uniform distribution in the field. The operator must maintain a steady and fluid pace to ensure even and uninterrupted sowing. After planting, the fields are irrigated and drained a couple of times before applying permanent water in December. Proper irrigation is crucial, and farmers carefully manage water to cultivate healthy crops that yield abundant rice. The fields are kept flooded for most of the growing season, and concrete embankments between the rice bays allow water to flow from one bay to the next, with farmers controlling the water flow by adjusting gates. Rice grows better in submerged fields as it thrives in wet conditions, outcompeting weeds. The roots of the plants need to remain submerged at least 2 centimeters while the plant grows above water. Water serves as a blanket to protect the rice crop from temperature fluctuations. In January and February, the flowering initiation phase is critical, as it is when the rice head forms and the seeds develop. As the grains start to mature, farmers close the bays, meaning the water supply is cut off, and the rice crop uses the remaining water to finish growing. Deciding when to block the water for harvest is an important decision. Closing it too soon can reduce the yield and grain quality. Water is only drained from the fields when the weather is very humid, and most farmers store it in reservoirs for reuse. Farmers check the moisture content of the rice using a moisture meter. When the grain contains approximately 22% moisture, it is ready for harvest. Rice is harvested from March to May using combine harvesters. It is essential to harvest with care to avoid damaging the grains. The combine harvester separates the grain from the straw in a process known as threshing. The machinery removes the grains from the stalks and also absorbs some empty husks. The cut and separated rice are stored in a hopper within the combine harvester. Once the hopper is full, the combine transfers the rice to another container towed by a tractor, often referred to as a chaser bin, which follows the harvester while it continues working, saving a lot of time for the farmer. The tractor unloads the rice from the chaser bin into trucks positioned at the edge of the field. These trucks transport the rice to storage facilities. Up to 3,600 tons of rice arrive at this plant daily. Each delivery is weighed, and a sample is taken to control the quality of each batch. The sample is taken from the front part of the massive load, and it is sent to a laboratory to measure its moisture content to ensure it is at the appropriate level. The samples are then examined to check for any insects. A thermal lamp is used to detect any dormant insects. The rice is shaken, and if any moths or beetles are found, the entire 2,500 kilogram load of rice will be discarded. Once registered, the load is released to start its long journey through the plant. It is dumped into a grated opening in the receiving pit to remove any residues and some large stalks. High-power conveyor belts transport the rice to the top of 24-meter-high silos. Each silo can hold up to 4,000 tons of rice. At this point, the rice's moisture content is around 22%. As it slides down the grate, hot air reduces it to around 13%, making it hard enough to withstand the next stages without being damaged. The partially dried rice moves to the processing area. It falls through holes in perforated cylinders, removing the remaining straw that falls to one side. The next machine sieves the remaining straw fragments and weed seeds. It also suctions the empty rice husks, which are lightweight and easily separated. The rice and empty husks then fall into another machine where gentle suction removes the husks from the heavier rice. However, some grains might not undergo the usual procedure, leading to them being skipped or not properly hulled like the rest of the grains. To ensure that the rice is fully hulled, giant sieves separate the rice while still in the husk. If it is larger and cannot pass through the tray's openings, it is considered whole rice and will be used for cereals or brewing. Once the husked rice is separated, it undergoes a milling process to remove the bran layer, resulting in brown rice. This brown rice, mixed with husks and other byproducts, undergoes screening and separation. The rice and empty husks fall into another machine, where gentle suction removes the husks from the heavier rice. However, some grains might not get husked during the process. The brown rice is then sent through a hulling machine, which uses abrasive rollers to remove the outer bran layer, resulting in whole grain brown rice. The rice still contains a thin layer of bran, and this is the result of the process. The brown rice, along with bran and other byproducts, undergoes a sifting and separating process. The rice and empty husks fall into another machine, where gentle suction removes the husks from the heavier rice. Thus, giant sieves are used to screen this rice while still in the husk, because it is larger and cannot pass through the openings of the vibrating trays. Once the whole rice is separated, it is sent through milling machines to remove the bran completely, resulting in white rice. During the milling process, some grains may break, and this rotating cylinder separates the broken grains from the whole ones. Whole grains fall into the compartments of the cylinder, and from there they are put into an internal container. These grains will be used for cereal or beer production. The whole rice then passes through a color sorter where computerized cameras check for dark spots and activate air nozzles to remove any spotted grains. Now the rice is ready for packaging. A scraper moves it along a table and feeds it into plastic tubes. A thermal sealer closes the ends of the tubes, creating bags. These bags are typically made of strong, airtight material to protect the rice from moisture, insects, and other factors that could affect its quality. Whether it's brown or white, this humble grain remains one of the most crucial staple foods on the planet.
I'll never take rice for granted again.
Yo, this is how you make the perfect rice. I know a lot of y'all don't got a rice cooker, so I'm gonna show you how to make it in a pot.
First, we gonna measure out 2 cups of rice. Another one. Rinse your rice. Clean that joint up.
Pour these joints out. We gonna do that 3 times.
Boom, boom, pop. One more time, baby. All right, tip number 1, soak your rice for 30 minutes. This is the soaked rice, and this is before it got soaked. You see the difference? Tip number 2, rice to water ratio. Option number 1, bring it to your knuckles. That's that Korean mama style. Option number 2, you see that line right there? Bring it to half of that. What? If you don't trust the Asian way, just measure it out to the cup. Medium-high heat, bring it to boil. It's the 10-5-5 rule. Once it starts boiling, we're going 10 minutes, baby. Now lower your heat for 5 minutes. Now turn it off completely and let it steam for 5 minutes. Ooh.
That 10-5-5. Check this out. Yeah, you know what it is, right? Godzilla. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. Now, if you soak that, will it expand to still look similar to... I don't know. Let's all try it.
The scale of $1 billion is really crazy. So let's say 1 grain of rice is equivalent to 100K, and 10 grains of rice would be then 1 million. Well, how much is 1 billion? So my Saturday night consisted of counting 10,000 grains of rice, one by one, just to show you guys how much $1 billion is. Of course I filmed it, and of course I time-lapsed it, and this is playing at, I don't even know, God knows how fast it's playing at, but... So now I'm proud to present to you the results. That is $1 billion, where each grain of rice is worth 100K. Look how much rice this is, guys. That's crazy.
There's people that have billions.
I just bought you like a Lamborghini right here, and I didn't even notice it was gone. Here's a $5 million house in California, and oh look, I still have all this money. If you guys like that content, please follow me. I drop a video on personal finance every day. Thanks.
That really put things in perspective, no? Yeah?
Did you know that if you cook 2 cups of rinsed rice in your rice cooker, then salt according to taste and add it to a separate large bowl along with the juice from 2 limes and half a cup of cilantro, you will have just easily made Chipotle's signature cilantro lime rice. I'll have the full recipe below. Enjoy.
I didn't know it was that easy. I'm gonna go make some. I'll be right back. Oh, look at that, babe. Look at it. These things, I'm getting 2 of them. Look how cute they are, man. That's super manly, all right?
Get away
to
from
have
there.
one of these. Just let everyone know how manly it is, all right?
Stop.
It is definitely
That
manly.
hurts.
Come. Fight me. All for entertainment purposes only. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Trying to make a grocery list. What's up?
There, that's good. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
That was tight. What? Super manly.
Maybe we'll meet at a bar. He'll drive a funky car. Maybe we'll meet at a.
Wow. Don't do that.
Das oncinhas, onde das oncinhas, onde das oncinhas, onde das oncinhas, onde...
Our dog's the best. What do you think they're thinking?
So I don't get hurt because of you. What the fuck? That's so fucking everything.
Because that just doesn't make sense. Like, it just wasn't getting through to her that everything that was going down for a reason, and she just wasn't.
Bagel. Bagel.
My dog does that too. She gives me the
Bagel.
side eye like. Oh, dogs are the best. Always the best.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You ever zone out? Of course.
See, that's the problem right there. What is that? The turbinator. See, the turbinator hooked up to the motor. The motor ain't pushing enough pressure out for the gas pedal. The gas pedal got a lot of dirt in that oil. If you can look right here, you see that dust box?
Lots of you have probably seen this photo floating around the internet at the moment, and it's absolutely sending people into a frenzy. But I've managed to find the actual video for it, right? So, he's going to zoom in his lovely camera here, and he's going to try and focus up, and you will see this object manifest, right? It is absolutely incredible. So this was filmed on the 16th of February on 2020 in Brazil at 8:45 p.m, okay? There's not much else to this apart from the fact that he was complimenting how beautiful this thing was, what it looked like, how it kind of glided through the wind and as it was flying across. And he says, notice that nothing on the UFO itself is actually blowing around. So I think he's trying to reference the tentacles there. Everything is pretty static in nature, which is rather interesting, given probably about how high this thing is. And I'm going to say it's probably quite high up in the sky. Look at this, bruv. Look at that, okay? What is shaped like that? And for those of you that don't know or know, these things have been reported around the world so much over the years, even more so now, of just strange atmospheric phenomena. And with Skywatchers, this is now in a classification system of UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call them, okay? So these things are very real. People report having electromagnetic anomalies around these sort of objects. These things messing around with electronics, I guess people's mental state as well in certain aspects. So I don't know, there's just a very, very strange thing around these objects themselves. But this piece of footage is absolutely mega, mate. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. I thought it was hella interesting, so yeah, comment down below.
What do you guys think that is? Man,
It actually happened.
I want to believe, I do believe, but I want to believe these are real. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be really cool. One day we'll figure this out.
Oh my god, aliens are from our oceans, confirmed today.
Okay, this I think we all can agree is real, right? There's stuff in the ocean that is beyond our understanding, right? If you don't, then you're brilliant, or I don't know.
In the Oversight Committee hearing,
let the world know.
A live stream that was broadcasted all over the world. The 4 witnesses, which included a retired Navy commander, a rear admiral, confirmed to the Oversight Committee of Congress, hey, they are real. We have UAP materials and bioorganic materials. Not just us. Every other country behind closed doors is doing a secret advanced arms race trying to reverse engineer all the technology that they found. They said they're from our oceans. We have 4K video evidence of them appearing from the ocean out of Kuwait, out of Africa, the East Coast, the West Coast, Mexico. Every continent on this planet has UAP video evidence all leaving our oceans. They say it's not human, it is an intelligent, artificial, or bioorganic, but it's some type of intelligence that is eons ahead of us humans, and they've been here longer than us. What the hell is going on?
Been here the whole time.
You see a lot of UFO videos with these lights that are being shown in the clouds, sometimes even in different colors. Safe to say, majority of them are going to be spotlights. But with the second glance and closer look, is it possible that those lights are coming from that dark object in the clouds? Let me know.
What do you think? A drone with a light show? Man. You know what? If we could just all get cameras to be really, really cheap, how would we do that? Then everyone could have a high definition camera, 4K, and we could all use those. What do you think? Ready? Team, go. Yeah, that looks bigger than a drone. I'm not sure. This one's different. Like a little bit, part of it is hanging out the cloud, or not sure.
All right, check it out. New footage came out on the coast of California, right? That new footage is really interesting. The reason why is because this area is prone to 2004 USS Minutes. Here's the footage, a little bit of that. Now, that same Navy location, right? Navy ships, right? 2019 USS Russell had footage of pyramids upside down, right? In the same area, in the same facility, okay? All right? And then it was debunked, supposedly by experts in their field, right? And then a year later, the Pentagon comes down and says, yes, this is real. Where's the experts now, buddy? Huh? Now we have 2023. Fast forward to 2023. We have the freaking USS Jacksonville releasing information that they sent out to the CIC, the Combat Information Center of the Navy ship, California coast, right? Now, we're talking about that. Check out this footage. They have a person on the craft talking about it as it was being recorded.
I go out to the bridge wing. I'm noticing things and lights on the horizon, and like city lights or any other ships that are out there. So seeing a light that is lifting up, you can see it. I know the difference between a light on the horizon coming up and a light coming out of the water. That just, when you've been on the water more in your life than you haven't been, you know the difference.
And here's the filmmaker that released it.
That's right.
George Knapp and I, with our journalism, we always try to, if we obtain military filmed footage of UAP or UFOs, which this is, we try to get direct witness testimony to go with that. And in fact, these are senior ranking Navy officials. You know, they don't want to go by their full identity at this time, but they will at some point. They're in the Combat Information Center. They get this footage. It's FLIR, forward-looking infrared. So it's black and white. What you're supposed to be seeing, we don't see. We don't see tails. We don't see thermal plumes. We don't see any signature of a normal aircraft. So that's what makes this case fascinating. We have both witnesses coming forward as well as the hardcore data and evidence.
They can't keep covering this up. Tell me what you guys think.
This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do. Any questions? Did you just tell me to shut up? Yes, you catch on straight away.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's my cue. It's the end of the video. I'm glad that you came back, and if this is your first time, please subscribe, like, and comment. And that is all I have for you today.